to learn maths with Tisha. Yo, mima wakwaba enenso eba me channel iso. Your friend me Tisha, na me a freelance maths teacher. Nti se ube here maths lessons a ube tumi a contact me. Ewo me details a major or description ho na e din komo kakra. Enenso ye tuaya disua ne so. Na yesua bibia your friend least common multiple. LCM, least common multiple. Now, you free what a multiple of a number is. Say my number bit to say 3. Now you catch or say find the multiples of 3. Your patron say into multiples of 3. I say multiples of 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. And these numbers when you know multiples of 3. You can say your number bit is 4. Now I say and also find the multiples of 4. And also Obayani say, so we have 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 6, 24. Now and also what do you call names? And you know, what are multiples of a number? And now what is a multiple of a number? Fanny say your mom number be a friend of x. Multiples of x are x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and so on and so forth. And you know, a multiple of a given number x refers to the number formed when x is multiplied by any integer. Multiple of a given number x, the amount, refer to any number. So these are the numbers, any of these numbers that is formed by multiplying x by an integer. So when x is multiplied by any integer, in this case here it is multiplied by 1, making x, we know that 1 times any number is the number itself, and then x and or 2 times x, 2x, 3 times x, 3x. So when you multiply x by any integer, the value that you get or the number that you get is a multiple of x. Okay, so now what is a common multiple? Common multiple. What is a common multiple? Let's say we have 2 numbers and then we've been asked to find the common multiples of these numbers. You can say my number bit say 6 and 8. And I say you find the common multiples of 6 and 8. Until you have first 6 multiples of 6 I say. And say 6 times 1 by my 6. 6 times 2, 12. Times 3, 18. Times 4, 24. Times 5, 30. Times 6, 36. Times 7, 42. Times 8, 48. Na emra 18 so. Yebefa 18 so multiples of 8. Say 8 times 1, 8. Times 2, 16. Times 3, 24. Times 4, 32. Times 5, 40. times 6, 48, times 7, 56. Then also so no, at the year course. Okay, so now when we look at the multiples of 6, now you share multiples of 18, so 6 waha 6 in here, 12 waha 12 in here, but you share ma yetimi hu say 24 waha 24 so assign waha. Assign share ma you hu say 48 waha, and a 48 so assign waha. It's a bit me aka say 24 and a 48 are common multiples of 6 and 8. So common multiples of 6 and 8 are 24 and 48. Okay. And as I share 24 and 48 in Susua, between the two of them, no, 24 is the smallest. So we can say that the least common multiple LCM of 6 and 8 is 24. Because you share 24 and 48 at 24 is smaller. So the LCM of 6 and 8 is 24. Now, with this understanding, how would you define LCM of 2 or more numbers? So now with this, we can define the LCM of 2 or more numbers as the smallest number or the smallest integer that is a multiple of these numbers. Okay, the LCM of 2 or more given numbers is the smallest integer or the smallest number that is a multiple of these numbers. And here 24, it's a multiple of 6, it's also a multiple of 8. And among all the multiples of 6 and 8, 24 is the least. Okay, so 24 is the LCM or the least common multiple of 6 and 8. Now, when you are given 2 or more numbers, now say catch yourself find the LCM, how do you go about that? Okay, so how do you find the LCM of 2 or more numbers? Okay, so first of all, your numbers mean and more than 2. Say find the LCM. The first number and say 1. You find the prime factorization of each number. Prime, let me just write it as PF, prime factorization of each number. And then after that, you check the greatest number of times each prime factor occur in the numbers. So take the greatest number of times each prime factor occurs. And then you find the product of the factors. Find the product of the factors. And if I say amount numbers, it is 36 and 24. So examples. Find the LCM of 36 and 24. Say now be see afa ayeno. You did kind of your points ago say Yama will be say, first of all, no, you should find the prime factorization of each number. So you have 36. Prime factorization there, I several times in Tinam. Say, yet you say that. 36. Yeah, when we find the prime factorization, I even say 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which is 2 square times 3 square. Say, after now we'll share your lessons. Not say on section, you find the prime factorization as here. Which me I share, ya home, your treaty and on as a topic. Ti ubetumi ahwe na wate eno so asiye. And at 24, when we find the prime factorization, and also you bring 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is 2 cube times 3. So, to say you're finding a prime factorization of each number. Now, the next point, and it said, take the greatest number of times each prime factor occurs in any of the numbers. And you know, your pressure prime factorization, yeah. 2, 2, until you have 2 square. 3, 2. 2, 3. And 3, so 1. So if we are taking the greatest number of times each prime factor occurs, you have say 2, 3 into way, and I have and I have say 3 and so no, we have it only once, but here we have it twice, so we will take this one. So we have 2 cube times 3 square, and then this is equal to what? 2 cube every my 8, then 3 square every my say 9, so this is equal to 72. So the LCM of 36 and 24 is 72. You say this is easier than say I could find the multiples of 36. I could find the multiples of 24. I show the least common multiple. So using this formula, we can easily find the LCM of 2 or more numbers. Yeah. To show another example. So find the LCM of 27, 84, and 90. Okay, so the same approach I did here first one, and no paper pen I did here when so. You can say your mom baby say first of all, no, you find the prime factorization of each number. Until you find the prime factorization of 27, 84, and 90. So for 27, we have 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 cube. And then for 84, we have 2 times 2 times 3 times 7, which is equal to 2 squared times 3 times 7. Okay, and then for 90, we have 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, which is equal to 2 times 3 squared times 5. Okay, and you know, you find the way we win. Our second point is to find that to take the greatest number of times each prime factor occurs. Okay, until you have a number, there was 3 cube waha, 3 waha, and then 3 square. So 3 cube okay, say okay more waha, the cube, which is, so we have 3 cube here. And then you should 2 so ha 2 ni ha, we have 2 square, and then we have 2 and you know, this one, and I okay more, and 2 square. And then we have 5 here, and that's the only place I have 5, so times 5. And then we have 7 also here, so times 7. Yeah. And then we find the product of all this. When we find the product, we get 3,780. And so that is the LCM of 27, 84, and 90. Yeah. Okay, so I believe we have understood the Yeshua very, very well. And now it's your turn. Yes. Time to practice. So homework. Okay. So find the LCM of the following: 5, 15, and 18. Okay. And then the second one, 14, 21, and 35. The third one is 58, 87, and 145. Nti ne nyinaa no sɛ na yɛde kan akyerɛkyerɛ mu no no na ɔde bɛyɛ yɛma numbers na, then you first of all find the prime factorization of each number. We are now finding the greatest number of times prime factors, no? Okay, yeah. Now I'll find the product of the greatest number of times, no? So this brings us to the end of today's lessons. Thank you very much for watching, and please do also subscribe and share with your friends. Bye bye.